Good morning again. This is Tanya the Lady Strange. Okay, this is part 5, last part of my tail collection. At least I promise for now, since I couldn't fit the other part in the previous one I just filmed this morning. Okay, this is my last couple decks. Now, out of these ones, I am missing at least 2 to my recollection. Somewhere in my mess and disorganization, I still have the Spiral Tarot deck, which is great. I've got one of my favorite depictions of Hecate in it, which is my patron deity, my patron goddess that I work with. At some point, maybe I'll show you an altar tour. Now, I'm also missing the Penny Dreadful deck. My husband got it for me. Another thing, I've only actually watched season 1 of Penny Dreadful. I have to finish, and I should revisit season 1 first. Love Vanessa Ives for various reasons. I love the Victorian goth aesthetic of that show, and how it relates to other horror aspects, and of course witchcraft, and of course I love that seance scene she did. One of my favorite depictions in film of a seance. Now, of course, real seances don't go that way. I commune with spirits, and of course I do divination, use the Ouija board, and I have clairaudience and clairsentience as some of my abilities. Always have, we always will. Now, if you hear my dogs in the background or lawnmowers or anything else, I am filming this outside, taking advantage as the fall starts coming in. Plus, it's easier and gives me more space. So, with that said, here we go. And much further ado, here's some of my decks. Here's a cool one. This is the Alchemy 1977, not 1990, 1977 England Tarot. Now, Alchemy Gothic is one of my favorite things, should I say, from the 1990s. Store Spencer's, if any of you are familiar with, used to sell it a lot, had calendars and posters in my first and second apartment, still for love. So when I saw this deck years ago, I had to acquire it for my collection. Just going to show you a few cards from it, of course. And got that whole goth aesthetic. A little bit similar in some aspects to the Royo deck, which I showed in one of my previous videos. Here is the backing. I'm going to show you a couple cards, of course. Of course, they're upside down. The Magician. That whole Merlin, sort of Lord of the Rings type of aesthetic. Show you another. El Loco, the Fool. It's a gesture. So there's that deck, 3 of Swords. So there's that deck for a preview. If you're a big fan of Alchemy Gothic, if you grew up and you were a 90s teenager like myself, a must-have. Next up is this deck. Now this is something we got from Scaricon, a convention we went to for years. Last year was the last one. Disappointing compared to the previous ones. Mainly because of the venue and the options they had. Used to be at our local casino, and then we went to some place in Rochester. Still met some cool actors, met some of the cast from Phantasm, met the actor that and director from oh, never mind. Bad horror fan I am. Woke up early this morning, kind of brain dead. But this deck, to get to the point, it came from, if you ever seen on a couple years ago, Discovery Science Channel, I believe it was, a show called Oddities, featuring a shop from Manhattan in New York City called Obscura. They sell strange, really unusual, hard to find medical instruments, divination, skulls, kitschy art, taxidermy, you name it, they probably have it. So, yeah. So one of my goals one of these days is to go there for Miami. But they said this is sort of an older form of a tarot deck. So this one's pretty cool. See, that's actually the name of it, I believe, the creators. I believe it's German. So, very cool. That's one of my antique decks. Another one of my antique decks is this one. Tarot Fortune Telling Game. Tarot is not a game, but just like the Ouija board, it's considered a game or a novelty. But fun can be used for fun purposes. But then again, if you're a collector or a diviner, then of course not so much a game. See, this one was made in Switzerland. Here's the box. Here's the inner box, which houses and keeps the cards. The instructions, of course. Just a simple button. Oh geez, forgive my miscap again. Gotta have one of those every video, don't I? This tiniest karma, tiniest love. Here is two. I'm going to show you two of the cards. Upside down again. Again, a lot of my cards have been in storage for a while. They say it's so give me a way of revisiting. Here's the 8, as you can see. And just happen to pull the 7. Just to give you an idea. What a cool find. Paid about $25 for these at a local antique store. So again, some of my antique decks. Last two is, of course, the esoteric designs of the Secret Order of the Golden Dawn. The Golden Dawn Tarot. This is an older print I found at a little witchy shop in Syracuse, New York. I am a fan of the Golden Dawn, some of their workings, Aleister Crowley. Yes, very dark, twisted individual, but again to be respected. Paved the way for a lot of things. Plus, Jimmy Page is a fan. Zeppelin fan here, of course. Big Jimmy Page fan. So yes, and he owned and lived in Aleister Crowley's home for many years, back in the 70s. And then eventually sold off. And now, Boleskine, I don't know how to say it, burnt down. It's near Loch Ness in Scotland. But here's a couple of the cards. So here is the Ace of Swords, just real quick, and Queen of Pentacles. And last but not least, the Druid Craft Tarot deck. My cousin got this for me, of course. There's the backing. You can't see it so well in this light. Here's the card. The Fool. And 8 of Wands. A very nice deck. Has, of course, that a lot of Druid symbology, whatever. So, symbology to it. If you're into Celtic things from the British Isles, a good deck for your collection. Again, my trusty Wolf Moon candle. This time I'm going to say it right. Witch City Wicks from a store in Salem. My typo negative inspired pumpkin. My favorite, one of my favorite, probably my favorite band now. Next to Guns N' Roses and Nine Inch Nails, Tory, etc. Mazzy Star, Aerosmith, Zeppelin, Doors, Floyd. Pretty much a rock and metal chick. So for now, and this video turned out much longer than I thought it would be. My ramblings. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. I cannot talk. I do enough of that for my frickin' job. But thanks for paying attention, giving my channel a chance. Hope that you will visit again in the future and view and enjoy my collection with me. And I hope this video, again, as I said earlier this morning, finds you all well. Hope you're all enjoying the change of seasons that's coming. I'm not so much looking forward to the winter. I hate the winter. But I do love summer and fall, my two favorite seasons. Love fall for obvious reasons. And of course, I love war things. I love pumpkin spice. Yes, I'm one of them. Mabin's coming in a few days. And again, today I'm enjoying my day off. I'm supposed to be going to the Herkimer Diamond Mines with my husband, and tomorrow the Crystal Connection in Wurtsboro, New York. Maybe I'll post some things from those hauls. So again, thanks for joining me, and blessed be.